So the sun is out and I'm calling it, I'm forecasting no more frosts this year up in here in Nova Scotia. So therefore I'm going to pot up or plant up my summer border in front of the swimming pool here and try to go some way of hiding all the great big massive wood that's behind me. And I've got all these plants here and I'm all excited. So what have I got here today to plant? So I've got 3 dahlias, which unfortunately, because I'm a bit of a village idiot, I forgot to mark them. So it's potluck on what colours they are. I've got some sweet peas to go with the ones I've already planted along the trellis. Lots of lovely flowers, hopefully. Some foxgloves there, can't exactly remember what type they are. A load of gladioli that I've grown from the bulbs from last year. A couple of creepy low growing plants that I'm going to use over the rocks. I just bought at a plant sale. I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they'll be alright. Lots of sunflowers, 6 or 7 sunflowers, big giant sunflowers. They're going to grow high and cover that fence hopefully. A canna just in the corner there, as you can see, and some lovely cosmos there will give me some lovely flowers. 1, 2, 3 and 4 cosmos there, which I'll float in, and they'll give me lots of lovely flowers. 2 nice climbers there. We have honeysuckle mandarin with these lovely orangey fiery flowers, and that should give me beautiful flowers and that lovely scent. And clematis red star, which you can see up on the screen is bright red flowers, so that'll go in, and everything there is sort of oranges, reds, yellows, so that good summer colours all the way through the bed here. So I've got these gladioli here. I've overwintered them in the basement in a box of dry compost, and now I've just been growing them up in the pots just to get ready, get a head start for the summer. So I reckon beautiful sunshine here, they'll look really good against the backdrop. So yeah, I'm going to put all these in. I'll be planting them up just really easy enough, soil height as they are there now, and they might need staking when the flowers come. Beautiful big spikes, but we'll have a look at that when we come to it. So I'll get planting. The root run from the bulbs is already nice little roots around there. Let's pop this in. It's about right. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit below. There we are, look at that, instant border. Use the trowel with the rest. And I've actually planted some new bulbs in various parts along the border here. So I've got splashes of these not centerpieces, but splashes of the gladioli colour, hopefully at different times, in different parts along the border. But this central part here, I think I'm just going to have a nice wave of them all the way along. There we go, that's just a good nice belt of gladioli now in the secondary sort of planting. So I'm going to have some low planting hopefully all the way along here, secondary planting, and then the sunflowers, the big large sunflowers all along the back there, with the climbers going up. So I've got 6 of these sunflowers, giant mammoth. So I'm hoping they're going to get a little bit bigger than this. So I'm going to plant these all the way along the back of the border, and hopefully they'll do a good job of covering a lot of the wood this year anyway, before the climbers get really in their stride. These will need staking later on, but let's see how they go. So I'm going to put this honeysuckle mandarin in now. I'm going to put this in dead centre. People often sort of worry about honeysuckles because they romp away once they get themselves settled, and people can't really control them. Well, I'm not actually that bothered here because I've got a large expanse to sort of to cover, so this can romp away all it wants. And the one good thing about today is it's windy, as you can probably hear in the mic, which means no black fly. So I'll put this in at a bit of an angle, so it's pointing that way anyway. Nicely firm it in, make sure there's no air pockets. So what I'll be doing is I'll have to tie these in a bit as it comes up here, and then what I'll do across the fence itself is I'll screw in some screws, some eye bolts, and I'll put some wire all the way across, and then I'll be able to tie it in, and it can scramble up itself up the wires. Right, so I better give this a water. I'll give this a good mulch. Protect this, you know. It's an expensive piece of kit this, so you want to give it a good chance. So this lovely clematis red star I'm going to put on this your right hand side of this trellis. This grows about 2 meters tall, so it's not one of the most fastest growing type of clematis, but looks very nice, and that red colour will go well with all the other yellows and oranges and reds, the hot colours on this wall. So the same here, I'll plant this in on an angle. You can plant this nice and deep. Clematis likes its roots nice and cool, so I'm going to make sure there's some other sorts of plants that are going to shade the roots of this plant. There we go. So I think one of these dahlias will provide a nice bit of shade for the once it gets going. This will provide a nice bit of shade for the roots of that clematis. So I'll plant that just about there. That nice little set of roots that's come out of the actual tuber itself. They've set themselves nicely so far. What I'm going to do with all of these plants is I'm going to turn the hose on this lot and give them a good watering once the sun's come down a bit. So here's another dahlia, nice dahlia. That'll go on the other side here, provide shade as well. So this canna is going to be the centrepiece of the border, dead centre, right in front of the honeysuckle. It's got lovely, beautiful scarlet flowers, and this dark, luxurious, almost, you know, the tropical foliage is going to look great against the orange flowers, really bright and lighting up the border. So that's going to go in now. soon shoot up about that sort of high. Lovely, beautiful red flowers. Right, last dahlia next. I think I'll put that on the left hand side, your right hand side. And nice root run coming up there. That's looking good. Fitting nicely there. Beautiful. That's water. So last thing really, I've got to find somewhere to put this cosmos. So I'm going to have a cup of tea and deliberate. So there we go. The border all planted up. I'm pleased with that. I think that's going to fill out really nicely. So if we start up this end, we've got gladioli that I'd already planted earlier, and I have gladioli there, and the middle, and at the other end. And then at the back, I've got sweet peas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 different sets of sweet peas. That should go all the way along nicely across the trellis on the bottom half of the, at least, of this bit here, of the wooden, the wooden fence, etc. Then I've got giant sunflowers, which should hopefully, with a bit of tender loving care, reach quite the way up to the top of the fence there, and the big leaves, etc., should cover large swathes of the fence this year. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those sunflowers, so they'll put on a big imposing display for me during the summer, hopefully. And then what else have I got? Cosmos. So I've got cosmos threading itself along here, a couple there, and then 2 more in the centre. So that's good. And I've got nice focal points of nice bright dahlias at different points along the bed there. I've got oriental poppies in there as well, some small ones. At the front here, I've just put some more of my usual creeping phlox that gets itself all the way along here, and it's so beautiful at this time of year when there ain't that many different flowers around. So that'll carpet all along the front there. Centrepiece, we've got one of my cannas, one of the 6 cannas that I split up. So I'm really pleased, and hopefully that'll a lovely, beautiful centre display. And then I've got the big climber, the honeysuckle, big orange honeysuckle with the orange flowers, and hopefully that will run amok all over the fence once it gets going, and a clematis at the other end. And I've also got now some irises. So a yellow iris here, and another one at the other side, and that'll enjoy the real hot baking sort of temperatures, or the the fierce sun that you get at this this part of my garden. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Well, let's see how it pans out, and I reckon that's another job's a good one.